So as I mentioned, Hawks have 2 games left in the month of January, 2 games left before the All Star break, and there's a real possibility that they finish off this month with a single win because their next game is against the Capitals, and then the game after that is against the Islanders. Now, both of those games are at home, but both of those games are against teams who are doing pretty decently this season. And the Hawks are, well, not. Never doubt.
Sucker bleu. I want to overact.
What was that?
This is going to be a good year.
Not too shabby. The best game ever. Hello and welcome to Hawks Recap. Game 51 has concluded for the Hawks. The last game before the All-Star break for the team. And they win. They beat the New York Islanders at home by a score of 3-2. Well, technically it was 2-2, and then they went to a shootout and we scored twice. So it should have been like 4-2, but officially it's only 3-2. Doesn't matter. Hawks win. Chelsea Dagger. Boo frickin' yeah. Hawks wearing their Winter Classic threads in this game, which explains my little get up here. It's the closest I got. But threads look just as good indoors as they did outdoors, and quite frankly, science has just proven that they were actually made for indoor use only because, well, we can actually win in them indoors. Islanders coming into this game riding a 5-game win streak, playing really well right now. They've hopped over a couple of teams. They are now on top of their division, on top of the Washington Capitals, who won the Stanley Cup last year, as we all know. Robin Lehner, big bounce-back season this year. He's having a Vezina-like season. Very tough task for the Hawks going into the All-Star break. I'll tell you what, though, not a good start for the Hawks. Slow start in the first period. 2 minutes in, Islanders make them pay for it. Offensive zone draw for the Islanders. Filppula loses the draw, but then regains it and then beats Ward 5-hole. Islanders up 1-0, and that's how this game would go into the second period. The Hawks had 9 shots in this first period, and I don't really doubt that number, but all 9 shots were pretty easy saves. They did not really test the goaltender at all in that first period. Islanders definitely carried play, had the better pressure, and Hawks, honestly, were lucky not to be down by more than 1 goal. Thankfully, the Hawks, much better in the second period. In fact, they doubled up their shots from the first period. They had 18 shots in the second period. It also helped that they had 2 power plays, and if you haven't heard, since December 18th, the Hawks power play unit is 38.7%, which is tops in the league in that time frame. Prior to that, Hawks were 11% on the power play. Big jump. Something's really working for them. And, well, that's how they got their goals in this game. 6 minutes in, Hawks on the power play. Taves breaks his stick, so he has to go to the bench. Keane with the puck. He passes it down low to Strome, and he just takes it to the net and just finds an open spot and buries it by Lehner, and we have a tie game 1 apiece. But a minute and a half after that, Hawks with the puck, offensive zone pressure, but they turn the puck over at the blue line. Barzal picks it up, basically has a breakaway going the other way, goes forehand, backhand, just squeaks the puck by Cam Ward, but it gets in, and the Islanders regain their lead 2-1. Barzal is, well, there's a reason why he won Rookie of the Year last year. He is an exciting player to watch. He was fun to watch in this game. You wish he just wouldn't score goals against you, though. The Hawks will get another power play at the very end of the second period, and with 30 seconds left, Strome gets the puck down low. He gets it to DeBrincat over on the left-hand side. Not in his wheelhouse, so he has to gather it. Then he throws the puck on net. Rebound pops up in the air, and Jonathan Taves right in the slot area. Just baseball swing, bats it in to the back of the net, and this game is tied 2-2 going into the third. The third period was very even between the two sides, back and forth affair, but neither team able to beat the opposing goaltender, so we go into overtime where the Hawks just really haven't had a whole lot of success recently. And at the beginning of overtime, it seemed like this was going to be another one of those that the Hawks just don't touch the puck at all. I think for the first minute and a half, minute 45, the Islanders completely controlled the puck. It was infuriating to watch. But they couldn't score. Hawks would get the puck back, and the rest of the overtime kind of was just back and forth possession. There wasn't really a whole lot of shots. It was just both teams trying to find the perfect opportunity, and neither team really was giving that up. So kind of, like, I wouldn't say not exciting, but it wasn't really, there wasn't like a whole lot of big saves and big moments. It was just kind of possession hockey and exciting because there was opportunities, but then those opportunities would just fizzle out. It was was a weird overtime. Let's just put it that way. So nobody scores in the overtime period, which means we go to the shootout, basically a skills competition. Basically, we're practicing for the All Star game now, right? It's basically what this is. I'm pretty sure both teams decided this before the game, like this was going to be practice. This game was definitely rigged, for sure, absolutely. Now, I know a lot of people, or some people, I don't really know the amount of people, there are people out there that don't like the shootout. They don't think a skills competition like a shootout should be determining the winner of a game. I'm not one of those people. I personally like the shootout. I do. I mean, seriously, if we take away the shootout, think of all the different moves, sweet moves, and dangles and everything we've seen from across the league and Patrick Kane over the years. We wouldn't get to see any of that. I'm not one who wants to live in that kind of world. So I, for one, on the record, like the shootout. In the regular season, I'm not a psychopath. Jonathan Toews starts it off. He takes it out wide. He brings it in, and then he snipes it by Leonard. 1-0 Hawks here in the shootout. Then Josh Bailey comes the other way. He has Cam Ward beat a little bit, but the puck kind of rolls on him. He can't really get the backhand shot off, so saved by Cam Ward. Still 1-0 Hawks. Patrick Kane comes in. He does his little go fast and slow it down. Dangle a little bit, and then just blow it right by you. 2-0 Hawks. Islanders have to score here to keep it alive. Barzal, last year's Rookie of the Year, he's up. He kind of tries to outweigh Cam Ward. He gets Cam Ward down, but he can't beat him. Cam Ward with the glove save. Hawks win. Ooh, Cam Ward, big night in this one. 34 out of 36 for saves. 2 for 2 in the shootout. That's a golf clap right there. He has earned a golf clap from me. It's a heck of a game right there before the All Star break. So the Hawks are sitting at 45 points through 51 games. Last year at this time, the Hawks had 55 points, so full 10 points under that pace. Although last year at this time, the Hawks started their 8-game losing streak. Now, we've already had 2 of those this year, so it's kind of a moot point. But Hawks looking better these last 2 games against the Capitals, Islanders, 2 teams that will probably make the playoffs in the East. We've won. We've looked good. But we're not going to be making the playoffs. As good as this has felt these last 2 games, we're not making the playoffs. We're 7 points out of a playoff spot, but more importantly, we're also 6 teams away. Like, it's really tough to jump 6 teams in less than half a year. It's super tough. You got to go on a monumental type of run. It's just not going to happen. Last year at the All Star break, the Hawks were only 3 points out, and it looked pretty good until, well, we just started tanking. Like I said, we went on the 8-game losing streak. That pretty much doomed us for the rest of the year. But this Hawks team looks like a team that should at least be fun to watch through the rest of this year. And that's a positive thing to look at. That's something to be hopeful for. I know as fans, we like to throw around the words such as tanking, and it's a funny, novel type of concept. But if you've ever played a competitive sport at a decent level, you know players just don't tank. It's just not part of the mentality. You got guys on this team who are playing for jobs. They want jobs next year. So they're not going to take shifts off. They have no reason to take shifts off. But management, you could say, might, intentionally hinder the team, maybe impose, a rotation with defensemen or whatever have you. They can do stuff like that. But in terms of players, they're not going to go out there and try and lose games. Nobody wants to lose games. Everyone is competitive. Everyone wants to win. They still believe in themselves and their abilities. Playoffs are pretty much out of reach, but they still want to play well. They still want to at least go into the offseason on a good note. So with that said, see you in February. February 1st is the next Hawks game. That sounds crazy. It's not just me, right? Like, that sounds crazy. Hockey season's going to be over before you even know. It's nuts. February. My goodness. Don't worry, though. I'll still be making videos between now and then. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Hawks Recap. I really hope you enjoyed it. Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. Like, share, and subscribe. I appreciate that as always. But most importantly, stay safe, make good decisions, and I'll see you next time. Whenever that is.